Hello everybody, it's time for Gary to show you old stuff, and today we're looking at something very cool that I picked up just a couple weeks ago. We are looking at Super GoBots Warpath. This is from 1985. So I love the Super GoBots. The GoBots, of course, were competitors to the Transformers in the 80s, and I feel like the Super GoBots are very underrated. Because they are underrated, that means they can still be had at cheaper prices than most of the G1 Transformers, but some of them are coming up in price lately. But the Super GoBots are great. They have a lot of die-cast metal content, and they have great transformations and unique designs, and I think they're awesome. And this is a very cool one. Warpath here is, of course, an Apache helicopter, and it looks great. It's mostly plastic on this one, but we do have metal landing gear. And this whole section here that will become the legs, this is all metal. So it does feel sturdy and heavy and is very cool. It's got a clear blue canopy in here, no pilot. Some of the other Super GoBots, because of the lines that they originally came from in Japan, have little chrome pilot figures in them. And we'll see one of those when we do a size comparison here in a little bit. I think the original of Warpath did come with which this isn't original, but if you originally got it in the box, it came with a sticker sheet of mostly red stickers that would go on all over it on most of the parts. I think it looks great in all black without the stickers applied. Mine here has the stickers on the rotors, and that looks pretty good. So in helicopter mode, it can roll on its landing gear. No trouble there. And the main rotor can spin, and the tail rotor can spin as well. So for some size comparisons in vehicle mode, here it is with Super GoBots Hair Fiend. So not quite in scale, you know, I think the helicopter would be probably a little bigger than a Porsche here, but as far as their actual size, they are pretty close together. Here it is with Super GoBots Stacks. So Stacks is one of my favorites, a big semi-truck. So again, semi-truck would be bigger than the helicopter, right? So they're not really totally in scale, but as far as actual size, they are pretty close to each other. And then for a Transformers comparison, here it is with G1 Optimus Prime in truck mode. So him and Stacks are in pretty good scale with each other. There is G1 Optimus Prime along with Warpath. All right, well, let's get to the transformation. So for transformation on Warpath, we first want to take the rotors off. It just slots into this hole here. And we're going to fold the rotor. Fold it up like that. And we're going to put that onto the back when we're done. Okay, so for the transformation, we're going to pull these pieces out to the side. Those will become the arms. And we'll come around here and fold up the landing gear in the front. And then take these pieces and pull them out to the sides. Just like that. And they're going to be able to flip down. And you saw this hook here in the front. There's nothing missing from there. What that piece is for this metal bar right here. So we swing these down and it hooks in right there, and you can see on the back it hooks in right there, and these will be the legs. We can come down here and flip out the feet, come back around here and turn these over. These will become the arms, and we'll pull that down and pull that down. Those will become the arms. And then if we come on the back here, I will go ahead and slot the rotor into this hole on the back. Please ignore my phone notifications if you can hear them in the video. I had a couple there. And you can see this spot right here is going to fit right over the rotor. So we're going to fold this piece down. And as we do that, that's going to reveal the head. And there we have Warpath in robot mode. So let me move the camera up a little bit here. So there he is in robot mode. So I think some of the reason why the GoBots get a little bit of a bad rap is their robot modes are a little bit different. They're not as blocky, and some of them are not as humanoid as the Transformers robot modes, and they don't look as battle ready, maybe in some cases, because we see Warpath is, kind of lanky here. But I think he's a very cool robot mode. We get this splash of color with the chrome head, and it's a very neat design on the head. It's much more, real robot, when you think of 80s anime and things like Gundam and things like that, it's much more real robot design than the Transformers are. So once he's in robot mode, articulation is pretty much just at the shoulders and at the elbows. So he's got good elbows. He's got kind of strange fists. It would be better if these could turn, and then that would look a little more natural with the fists. But that's it for articulation, just the shoulder and the elbow. So let's do some size comparisons in robot mode. Okay, so for size comparisons in robot mode, here's Warpath again with Hair Fiend. So Hair Fiend is a little taller to the top of his head. Warpath is a little taller with the rotor blades there. And what you'll notice, the earlier Super GoBots were more this style, where they didn't really have heads. They had sort of a pilot in a cockpit here that became the head of the robot. And then the later Super GoBots went to more the idea that maybe the robots are sentient themselves and they do all have heads, right? So some of the early ones are more in this kind of style, and the next few series of them are more like this, where they do have individual heads. Here he is with Stax. So again, Stax is one where it doesn't really have a head, more has a cockpit. So both Stax and Baron Von Joy are a little bit taller than Warpath, but they're pretty similar in size there and look good together. Finally then, here he is with G1 Optimus Prime. So Optimus Prime is about the same height as Stax there. So not bad. They're all going to be pretty well in scale with each other. If you put Warpath with your G1 Transformers, you won't have any trouble at all, I think. All right, so that was Super GoBots Warpath. Very, very cool toy. Excellent. The Super GoBots are excellent. Go out and get yourself some as soon as you can. And my plan will be to show you more vintage things in the future. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.